To discuss Donald Trump calling CNN fake news, I spoke to Meredith Jorgensen of WGAL to gain her perspective.
You are fake news.
Sir,
go ahead.
Can you stay categorical?
I believe it's always better to create better sources and get better stories from people who are not adversaries, people who you are working together with. But it seems to be that is not the way that President Trump wants to do it, and he really believes that CNN is fake news. Like, the term alternative truth and alternative facts is like a new thing. At WGAL, we broadcast one thing, the facts, not the alternative facts or the alternative truth. We aim always to tell the truth. That's the tenet of our industry. Nobody wants their industry to be dragged through the mud. But if you look in the past years, the dynamic of the United States is changing so much that nothing is sacred anymore. Even before the Trump administration, teachers and teachers' unions had come under real fire, and teaching and schooling is such a tenet of the United States that it was hard to see like these people who are educating our children every day. I think they took a hit. So for journalism, for the press, the free press in the United States, the fourth estate to come under such scrutiny is really jarring for me. It's my industry, it's what I do, it's my passion, it's what I put my life's work in. I do think that you always come out of something like this better. Maybe we're not doing the best job we can. Like, I am sure that bias lives in newsrooms, and it's hard to overcome that sometimes when you have such a great belief in something, and it's hard to see the other side sometimes. I don't think any news report is ever 100% bias-free, but that's the goal. We're always moving towards this objectivity. There's something about questioning authority. There's something about questioning institutions that we have long trusted. I think that's the job of the press. I think it's interesting that we might be on the flip side of receiving some of that from this administration. But I think as journalists, we're taught to be critical thinkers and to push back and question everything. So even if there's something that we hold sacred as a society or as just a group of people or as a country as a whole, I think you can't go wrong maybe just asking a couple extra critical questions to make sure that everything is on the straight and narrow. I think journalists in general have great integrity as a whole. I mean, and I'm painting a broad brush over the media, which has grown so much. So I think that also gives rise to a lot of, let's call them like fringe sort of outlets. I think the integrity that a real honest journalist has is still there. And I think that they do mean to be an unbiased filter of what's happening. But I think there are responses to each other. So if a certain group of people thought the media was going too left-wing, then they were able to develop their own more right-wing side of it. Most voices are covered. I think the thing that scares me as a journalist the most is that voices and opinions are not heard at all.
For Millersville Multimedia Magazine, this is Jared Sullivan.